Welcome to Vaping Dawn to Dusk. I'm Juicy Jones, and our guest today is Ripcon. Say hi.
How's it going?
I'm great. It's so great to see you, dude. Thank you for coming on the show today.
No problem.
I want to tell everybody out there, all of you, that Luke is sick today. So everybody, I hope that we all send our little hearts out to Luke because he just got a bad cold or something, and so he can't interview with us, and he wanted to, but he'll be back next week. And I just have like a very few tiny number of business things to cover. But first thing, I guess I should identify myself. I'm Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping headquarters, and you're watching Vaping Dawn to Dusk. This is the show where we get together every Saturday and drink a cup of coffee and have a vape, and we talk about vaping and demystify it, and we bring you guests that explain to you how they quit smoking and started vaping. We talk about how hard it is. The only stuff that I want to talk about this week biz-wise is one, it's William Effler's birthday, so happy birthday, buddy. I'm so stoked for you. And Vaping Dawn to Dusk has got like a whole bunch of great guests lined up this in the next month or so, and that's great. And I'll be announcing those on the Instagram and on the Facebook page as we go. And also, the most exciting thing that's happening is that Vaping Anthrax is joining the whole network, and his show starts Thursday. Cloud the fuck out, and it's going to be Thursday evening at 9 Eastern, I believe, is our time. But we'll see announcements, and I'm so excited, and he's so cool. So anyway, business over. Let's talk to chat. Let's talk to Ripcon. Let me pull up my chat window and see who's in there. Everybody, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Gosh, we got everybody. Badass Vapor, Milkman Joe, and Rob Morrison. Vape Ross Vape. Great to see you, Vape Ross Vape. So, Ripcon, my friend.
What's going on?
Nothing. We finally got you on the show. It wasn't very hard to convince you.
No.
You're
I was
totally
like, let's
willing.
do it.
Yeah, you're totally willing. So, for those of you who don't know out there in internet tube land, Ripcon is my buddy from Instagram, and he takes pretty pictures of pretty things that we all like vapes. Watch this. There's a picture of some of his Instagram stuff, and that's only a tiny taste. Go follow RIPK0N, and you can see while we go here. But this guy, Coil Art Supreme, looks wonderful. And that's killer. I want to know all about that, and we're going to ask you a billion questions. But I want to ask you some basics first, just about
Okay.
where you live and how it was for you to quit smoking and how long you smoked and all that stuff. We ask everybody that.
My vape story.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. I live in Virginia.
Yay.
Yep. And smoked for 12 years, like a pack and a half a day.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Newports. So they were kind of expensive too.
Ooh, premium.
Mm-hmm. It's like $60 a week on cigarettes.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Man. So cost was high. And how
Oh, yeah.
long? 13 years, Jesus, I know you didn't feel good.
Yeah, like 12 years.
How'd you get started?
My parents were smokers and just being around smoking.
Yeah.
Um,
I hate that. And then I grew up in the South where there's kind of like a culture of smoking. It wasn't really frowned on until the 90s or late 80s,
Right.
to be honest. People will laugh, but in 1989 and 90, I remember vividly going into college and coming right out of classrooms, smoking cigarettes in the hallway and walking out the door, and that was fine. I remember smoking
mm-hmm.
in line at the grocery store at 7-Eleven.
I remember when I was little, smoking in restaurants, everything.
Yeah, restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents smoked all the time. Like when it was rainy,
Yeah,
they'd
too.
roll the windows up and
Yeah.
smoke in the house. Yeah, did your parents do shit like that?
Nope.
Dude, these days they'd be. I mean, these days someone on the street would say something.
Yeah,
like, what
exactly.
are you doing? And I
Like
would.
smoking in a restaurant or in a grocery store. I mean,
Yeah.
how
And
it was.
I remember one time someone said to me, "Eli, put that cigarette out. Do you see?" And it was okay to smoke there, but like, do you see anyone else smoking here? And I thought, huh. And that's a lesson we can take to vaping too. Like, if you don't see anybody else vaping,
Yeah,
in a
vaping, don't do
place,
it.
yeah, don't bother. I mean, you're going to be really annoying. Like yesterday, I took a little tiny rip in the grocery store, and what I did was we were back by the milk. There was no one around. I took a little rip and I held it in, and there was not much vape left.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would care about that. But you guys out there, like blowing huge clouds in the mall in the old ladies'
Yeah.
faces,
Right. I see that a lot too.
shame on
People
you.
just vaping away in like the aisles at the grocery store or whatever.
Yeah. Although it's strange, I think I'm the only person in my neighborhood who vapes. I never see anybody. Maybe one person every 3 weeks I see vaping, which is
Yeah.
weird, huh? You think it's more?
Vaping's not real big around here. But
Yeah. Badass Vapor says he needs to follow you for ideas to do with all this wire Coil Master sent him.
yeah.
Hard to feel sorry for you, Badass Vapor. By the way, go follow Badass Vapor on Twitter, everybody. He's so fantastic. He has a great Twitter page. Does reviews, giveaways too, tons of them. Somebody reminded me of the little tin ashtrays at McDonald's. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had one of those, the stamped ashtrays with McDonald's on it.
I think it's illegal to smoke with any kids in the car, like under a certain age now.
Is that
Anywhere.
right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what the guy said in chat in California, but I think it's everywhere.
I would imagine a lot of people adopted that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's pretty harmful.
So what did you do when you quit smoking? Did you try other stuff like?
Yeah, I had tried like the no, not those. Like I tried the patches, the cheap cigarettes from the gas station, stuff like that. You know, just a little.
You thought maybe cheaper ones would help you quit.
Yeah, but it never helped at all. Not one little bit.
How did you even find out about vaping?
My buddy bought a vaporizer. He's like, check this out. So I kind of thought it was cool, you know, all the big clouds and everything. So I went to a local vape shop and I bought one, and I had no intentions of even quitting smoking cigarettes. I got some 6 milligram juice and never bought another pack of cigarettes.
So 6 did it for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What was the vape again?
It was a menthol vape, 6 milligram.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. I went down to 3 within like a week.
Was it a clearomizer?
It was a Anakin Coolfire 4.
Oh.
With the iSub. Yeah.
Oh. So that was sometime. When was that? I guess I forgot to ask you. How long has it been since you quit smoking? Because it sounds like it hasn't been even a year.
Yeah, it's probably been about 10 months, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, because I know that you and I met, sometime 8 or 9 months ago, I guess, on Instagram. We must have both been kind of small, following people around, and I just saw your page and was like, yes, that's right, yes, because you're
been talking for a while, so
yeah. And that's fantastic. Oh, so I didn't realize that you'd quit smoking so recently at that time. And man, you're about to have a year anniversary coming up.
I started my Instagram in I think September, something like that.
And how was your health? How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. Like I had health problems with my lungs. Like both my lungs had collapsed and everything. So I even had chest tubes in smoking cigarettes. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, and that didn't scare you enough.
No,
it's hard.
Like I said, yeah, it was hard. It was super hard, man. Like even the doctor's like, you gotta quit smoking, and even with the chest tube in, it's just smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, that's bizarre. And I didn't ever have like that bad a problem with my chest, but I definitely feel it, and I could always tell that it was killing my health and made me like, for example, I never get sick anymore.
Right, like I feel much better. My smell, my taste, like when I walk by me that smokes cigarettes, like I instantly know, like. They smoke.
Dude, we can tell when someone lights a cigarette on the block. Almost. Like, oh, what the? Oh, jeez. Yep. And my vape now, someone goes like, is that apples? Like,
right.
What is that? Is that butter? Well, I'm proud of you. I can't believe that that you just dropped,
Yeah, me too. I had no intentions of even quitting smoking, but the box mod, and the...
That Coolfire 4 is some good stuff, huh?
Yeah, the sub-ohm really did it. So
that is so great, because as a real hardcore smoker, see, and I guess the lesson to all the smokers and quitters out there is that you can't know exactly what it's going to be that will help you quit smoking, but the thing is, and Ripcon and I were talking about this before the show, is that it's when you decide, and I guess for you didn't decide to quit until you vaped. But it did it for you because you had enough.
It did it instantly because my buddy didn't smoke cigarettes, and he just started vaping because of at the clouds. And on our way back from the vape shop, I didn't smoke in his car, and I hadn't smoked in like an hour. So.
And you did. Wow, you were like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, let's just see how long I go without smoking.
That's good.
Yeah.
So obviously you didn't have as much of a problem with that, like needing to hold the cigarette and all that stuff.
I mean, I guess. Nah, I mean, not really. I was really surprised how easy it was with vaping. It was super easy.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, but not with just like any kind though. I mean, the box mod, the sub-ohm is what really did
something modern.
Yeah, something modern, correct.
I want to tip my hat to Innikin because I just think that they are
Yeah,
just nailing it for beginner quitters, for people who are on maintenance, who are just gonna vape for a while, for people who are trying to quit vaping. I mean, they're
yeah.
really they're
It was a
really great.
solid mod, and I even handed it down, to a friend, and they actually quit smoking. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. One of these days, I'm gonna get a bunch of those T18s and just walk around the mall to smokers and pass them out with a
yeah,
couple of bottles of 12.
right.
Like 2 flavors of 12, or maybe a 12 and a 6. See what happens.
Yeah, I vaped for a couple weeks, and then I got into like the hobbyist part of it and started building my own coils, box mods. I mean, I just went
Yeah.
all
So
out with it.
what got you into that nonsense, that madness?
Um, I, s- I used a tank probably for like 2 weeks, and the coils, and I don't know, I just didn't like the flavor from it, and always having to buy $5 coils and everything. So I just went and picked up a cheap clone RDA and just started watching YouTube and
Yeah.
putting together builds and looking at Instagram and
Yeah. I tell you, it's for me the biggest thing was when I started having to pay for more coils. I was like, wait a minute,
yeah.
isn't this a renewable resource? Like, wait a second, why am I throwing
Mhm.
these? Why am I boiling these every week? I want to remind all the viewers out there, my favorite trick is boil your coils. Just once a week, low rolling boil until the cotton's white, then take them off and they're fine. They'll last months. I'm so
Yeah,
cheap when it
but
comes to coils.
I just started building, and building box mods and everything, and so much cheaper too. And the flavor,
What
like the
kind of
flavor on the dot mod, that thing is
Yeah, I don't
on
have one of
point.
those yet, but it's on the list. What was it? Is that what did you get first? And what kind of wire did you use?
Um,
Did you
I
get a
started
kit?
off. No, I just got some, I think, 26 gauge Canthal and just wrapped them up myself and started that. And then shortly after that, I started making Claptons with
That's
the
awesome.
yeah, using the fish and swivel technique.
Yeah, like I showed everybody too. I think maybe next week I'll just do that for a day for fun. Do some
That's
more.
all I do. Even with like my frame staples, it's all done with the swivel.
That's killer. Oh, frame staples. Jesus, you're amazing. Well, I think that's fantastic. So you just started. I want to tell everybody out there, by the way, before I get too ADD, that 26 is your go-to if you're going to get started. Just get some
Yeah,
26. That's the most versatile of the
it
sizes,
is.
and you'll
And the
know more.
ohms, I mean everything. I mean it's on point.
Yeah, you'll know how to move from there in any
Mm.
direction once you play with that for a while. I went to 28 first. Should have gone to 26.
I would recommend 26 as a starting gauge for anybody.
Yeah. Michaela's asking if I clean and reuse factory coils. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is boil those. Boil your factory coils. Boil
Yeah.
them. I don't mean boil your RDA coils. I mean boil your factory coils.
Yeah, with these I probably re-wick every 4 days or something.
That's pretty good. You're
Yeah.
fastidious. Um, Show everybody what you're vaping. That brass mod is so
Um,
badass.
the vape breed with the brass goon, which is varnished like crazy. But yeah, solid brass.
That thing's probably not heavy, right? That's your lightweight.
It's super heavy. And then I have the noisy cricket with the dot mod.
I busted out my cricket too, just for you,
Yeah.
with my theorem.
And then
I put
I
the
have
theorem on it because it looks good.
DNA 200 with the moonshot. The moonshot's amazing. I don't use tanks, but I do own a couple RTAs.
What is your build on your moonshot? 'Cause we were just talking about this before the show, and I was complaining because my moonshot is hotter than the surface of the sun,
It's
and
0.16.
so it ought to be hotter than mine,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
right?
0.16 around about 75, 80 watts.
Let me get some more batteries out of my charger behind me, and I'll battery up the Nuve mod and see how hot this thing gets. I love my moonshot though. I don't want you guys have seen my review. I think it's a really cool little RT.
Yeah, the moonshot's amazing.
Yeah, I'll just let these cool down just a little bit. They came off the charger, but they'll be fine in a second. I don't love going from battery straight to mod. That's not my favorite thing to do. I like to give them a second to relax. It's almost time for me to get into some new batteries here. It's been about 4 months since I got new batteries.
Yeah, I just ordered some from my MR batteries. It's a really good website.
Yep,
Good lithium batteries.
imrbatteries.com. Yep, and another one I like is illumin.com. That's a very good site. What are your favorite batteries? Why don't you tell everybody? Because you do mainly mechanical vaping and some.
Yes,
Yeah, tell everybody.
Sony's, usually Sony VTC4s. I have some of these Samsung 25Rs are really good.
Remind everybody what the amp peak limits are on the VTC4s, because I have one set of those too, and they're good.
30 amps.
Mm-hmm. And
And
they're
then
continuous
the
at 20, like everything.
yeah, and then the Samsung 25Rs are 20 amps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are really good batteries. You can't go wrong with the Samsungs.
You cannot. And if you're using regulated mods, you cannot go wrong with doo-doo browns.
Yes, the chocolates, yeah, for the mall.
Cannot go wrong with those for any kind of or 25Rs for any kind of regulated stuff.
Right.
I use those doo-doos in my mechanical mods too, but I just don't push them very hard.
Yeah.
And
it
they're
just
actually
depends
fine.
on your ohms, you know, like.
Mm-hmm. I'm not that guy going to 0.06. I'm like a 0.15 plus type person.
Right.
And typically, to be honest, honestly, I guess now that we're talking about it, it really depends on the gear that I'm reviewing. Because lately, all these RTAs and stuff I'm doing, all my vaping is going at like 0.25 to 0.6.
Right. I usually build 0.1, somewhere around there. But I vape mostly unregulated, so parallel.
Right. Oh,
and with
good.
my series build in the dot mod here, I have 0.45, 28
Ooh, I bet
gauge.
that's good.
I've used Clapton.
I bet that's really good.
40 gauge on it. Probably can't see it there, but.
You say 28 and 40?
Yeah. Fuse 28.
Good. Oh, I forgot to ask you the question that I have to ask everybody on every show is, do you have an avocado or a limitless yet?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
I have the avocado.
Oh, that looks really good on that box.
Yeah, that's a Filipino box, the hummingbird.
Ooh, pretty. Is that wood or is it?
Delrin and brass and copper.
That's cool. The Delrin must be a relatively lightweight brass mod, huh?
Yeah, it's super lightweight.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I'm attracted, especially with that black freaking avocado. It looks good.
Yes, it does.
What's your opinion about the avocado? Where does it sit for you? Like, what a legendary thing I think it is, but I'm into any kind of disagreement or opinion. You may not love yours as much.
It's good, like if you don't feel like dripping or something for a while, you can always just fill it up and vape on it. It's not my preference because I drip, but I definitely keep it in my rotation though.
I think you would probably like the Limitless more because it's got. Well, I think because the airflow on the Limitless. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my buddy let me use it.
The airflow is crazy on that thing.
You know what's cool about this is if you can, I've seen a picture on Instagram. You can put bigger O-rings on the Avocado 24. You can rock the.
You shut your dirty mouth. What did you say? Oh my god! It looks
pretty dope too.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're right.
Yeah, you can put some bigger O-rings. I think the guy said he put some dental floss under the rings, but you could probably just find some bigger O-rings. It look pretty dope.
Yeah, because it fits perfectly flush with the O-rings that are on it, and that means that they're just a little too small in diameter.
Good enough.
Have you tried the O-rings that came with the goon?
No, that's what I was going to do. I'd probably use it more. And you could order them color caps.
Yeah, purple, orange.
Yeah, the purple. Yeah, the purple would be dope.
Oh my god, dude, you just changed my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely changed my life.
That would probably be it.
I'm doing that. I like all this, how you can take your O-ring from the Kennedy and stick it in your goon. I'm just going to vape it sitting on top here. Why not?
Yeah.
Just give it a shot. There's no batteries in this. So let's do that. So, by the way, I want to remind everybody that this is Vaping Dawn to Dusk. I'm Juicy Jones. That's Ripcon, my friend from Instagram, and he's telling us his vaping story and chatting with you. In your chat, ask him questions. This guy sits there and makes art coils all day long, and I am not very brilliant, and so it's a very good chance I'm not going to ask anything meaningful. And so since we love you, we want you to ask. Dude, this thing looks badass with the avocado.
Let me see
it. Oh my god.
You got the copper one, right?
Yeah. On my Nuve mod. Boom.
Nice.
It's not focusing at all.
Yeah.
Boom.
Polish that thing up.
That looks like it came out of fucking ancient Rome. I like it kind of dingy too, but oh shit.
That is dope.
There you go, Lewis. By the way, if you don't own a Nuve mod, buy a bunch.
No, I don't.
I really love these things. I recommend everybody get a Nuve mod.
I have too many mods.
Right. That'll be the name of your mod company. Too many mod.
Yeah, too many mod.
Too many for mod.
Yeah.
Dude, this works. I need to turn this up off of 5%. I had a really low build on here the other day.
Yeah, try them O-rings and let me know if they work. I'm sure you have a bunch of O-rings like me somewhere.
Dude, this freaking... Yeah. I just threw it across the room because it fell off, but it works fine. I'm going to put new O-rings on. Oh my God, that's so badass. I love I'm buying one of those colored caps. That's fucking badass. And then the people at 528 Custom Vapes and Geek Vape are both going to look at my Instagram and say, fuck you. Right? Because you'd be making a Frankenstein out of there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe how cool that is.
Yeah, he was asking about the frame staple. A lot of the cool building is honestly in the prep work. Like the prep work is where it's all done at. If your prep's not done right, then it's not going to come out right.
Oh, that's fantastic. Talk about that. What do you do to get ready for your stuff? We always talk about the prep for our DIY and how important it is to get your shit together, figure out what you're doing.
Definitely all in the prep work. Like with the ribbon, I mean, you have to get it to lay straight, even, flat, you know.
And so you've got all the wire you need set out. You know what you've, like you figured out lengths. You've got them all bent
links,
up the way you want.
Get your links, you know, even put your piece of tape down on your table. That way all your pieces are the same, you know, just...
Oh, like length markers, right.
Yeah. Like it all has to be done, you know, right. Like
one of these days we're going to get Ripcon on here on the show. And
yeah, we can do some builds, some live builds.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Because, well, how fun is that? How cool is that? And then I'm going to reach into my computer and silently grab your camera while you're not looking. Just kidding.
I got a terrible camera anyway.
It says, oh yeah, your pictures look terrible. You're right. It's garbage.
You probably can't see this, but that's yeah, you're not gonna be able to see it. That's
I can see it. It's a little frame staple.
Yes.
Holy shit, that's tiny.
Yeah, it's 40 gauge.
Oh, you're awesome.
But, I mean, honestly, it spins up so easy if the prep work's done right.
Right on.
Really. One thing I've been doing instead of using tape is to use actually just flat ribbon wire to secure it all together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, it's a lot better.
That's cool. I've watched a lot of Twisted Mess's videos on YouTube, his videos. And I love watching him too. Although, you know, I'm just still not quite there.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of content anymore, but yeah, he is a really great builder.
It's true, they're kind of old, which is fine. I mean, it gives other people a chance to do stuff, and some of the stuff is just covered, frankly. It's one reason I don't do more, you know, I want to do more live stuff, but I don't do pre-recorded how to build videos, because it's just link bait, to be honest, because a lot of people have done it.
Yep, but yeah, we could definitely do some live builds for everybody, and I'll show them some good prep.
And there's our buddy Vaping Micro in the audience. I forgot to say hello you. And Michaela and everybody else, I'm so sorry if I've not said hello to you, because, you know, I love all those viewers. We have tons and tons of people who show up. And Micro's also a freaking killer builder. You guys should team up and do Wonder Twins builds.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to do parallels with different people's wire, wouldn't it? You're like, this one's half Micra, half Ripcon.
Right.
Frankenstein coil. It's just a little parallel.
This guy said he struggles with the frames. One thing you can use, one thing you can do is use like the ribbon wire or paper clip in the center, and as you move forward, you know, slide it to keep all your wires parallel. Because you have that flat ribbon wire and your round wire, it'll try to roll. But if you keep them,
the paper clip's kind of a guide.
Yeah, it keeps them all flat. I use ribbon wire myself. I just wrap the ribbon around it and then slide it.
Like a little piece or like a whole mess?
Just a little piece.
Huh. So yeah, one of these days we're gonna have him on here to demonstrate this stuff. That's interesting. That's cool. I personally have no hope I could ever do a frame, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I'm having
40
trouble with
gauge
aliens.
is my go-to. 40 gauge is I started out with 32. I recommend anybody getting into the build game to start with 32. It's a lot bigger and easier to see.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a pain, like aliens, because it's so thick of a wire, it'll just pull all your wires together. Same with frames, it's so thick.
Hey, I want to remind you all that are watching, click on the like button. Pretty please. And if you, and I want to remind everyone also, if you like these videos, subscribe and tell your friends too. You know, like our growth has been great. It's organic. And we have an audience, you, who like to see live stuff. And we keep bringing it to you. We're adding another broadcaster this week. It's fantastic. It's going to be Vaping Anthrax. Can't wait. What'd you reach over there and get, mad scientist?
Some wire. I was going to,
Oh.
like I was saying, 32 is great to start with. But you're limited to what kind of build you can do with 32 just because it's so thick.
Dude, this avocado with the goon cap is fucking so delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got one hole open, and it's just so good.
It looks sick, too. Yeah, I'm a flavor chaser for anybody that didn't know.
That's right.
Yeah, everything I rock's usually like one hole open, you know.
Flavor,
Tree and, yeah, flavor.
Yeah, they come in all kinds. People love flavor with RDAs. People like clouds with sub-ohm tanks. You know, it's like you can, with some of the stuff we have, you can have both. I personally don't like huge cloud builds because I just think, you know, it's a mathematical reality that clouds equal less flavor.
Right.
And so to get less flavor, you have to increase, or to get more flavor out of the clouds, you have to increase exposure, which sometimes just makes me sick.
Yeah, I'm definitely all about the flavor builds.
Yeah. Vape Plus Vape says he doesn't have friends. They're a pain. Why mess with that? I'm drinking out of my delicious Liquid Sunshine Seattle cup today for you viewers who are curious about which of our collector cups I'm drinking out of. The Shakespeare cup was dirty.
But yeah, back to what we was talking about stopping smoking and everything.
Yeah.
I was super surprised how easy it was. But actually gifted my mannequin to somebody. They quit, you know, within 3 days themselves using it. So
That's great.
yeah, they're really good products to stop, you know, smoking.
I'm so blown away by the stuff that Anakin has done this year.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, in the last year is a better way to say that. They really got most of the stuff to market last year. This stuff that they're doing now is just expansions of that stuff they did last year, and it's all killer.
Yeah.
It's just all good. They obviously really sat down and thought, like, we need to help people quit smoking, and we need to sell sub-ohm tanks, and we need to, you know, do other stuff.
So is vaping not big where you're at?
In Seattle?
Yeah.
It's big, but it's just that it's like it happens mainly in the suburbs type of thing. Like here in downtown, it just isn't. First of all, downtown has a lot of like partying and stuff that goes on, and most of the like neighborhood family type culture happens elsewhere. But it's pretty big and getting bigger in downtown. But
Right.
I'm trying to get myself out to more of the suburbs and meet some of those shops and stuff because I just don't know them very well.
There's closest shop to me is like 25 minutes away, 35 minutes away.
Ooh, what a pain!
Yeah.
If you want to be social.
Oh, it is a pain.
How far is that from your work? Could you go after work?
Yeah, I usually go after work.
Yeah, totally. I know how it is.
Yeah, it's like probably 25, 35 minutes away.
What a pain. It's hard to just drop by.
Yeah, and that's to the closest one. Like to the good ones, it's like 35, 45 minutes away. So.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about if you had good vape shops. So I guess you kind of answered. You have a good one further away.
Yeah, we have a good one further away. It carries a lot of Authentics, which that's what I usually buy is Authentics.
That's awesome. I'm sorry for the viewers who think I'm just looking really distracted. I'm sitting here trying to get this O-ring out of a baggie. That's why it looks funny.
You're ready to try that, ain't you?
I
yeah,
am.
Here's the ribbon wire there wrapped around. That's how you can keep it all parallel just by using the ribbon wire.
Oh, so you took. Oh, I see.
And then,
so you took
can slide that down as you move along, and it keeps your wires, you know. That works for aliens or framed or anything.
That's cool. That's clever. That's nice. Hey, there's Flavor Hunter, our Canadian north of the border vapor. He's awesome. Great to see him. There's Josh. Everybody, great to see everybody. Shane says he uses 40 gauge nichrome and stainless steel.
Mm-hmm. I've built with stainless steel. I have a bunch of stainless steel, like 26 gauge. It's not for me. Like, nichrome is usually everything I build.
I really like my nichrome. I like the stainless steel I've had. I can't figure out whether I don't like it or whether I just can't get used to the ohming yet. You know what I mean? Like I don't have I instantly took to nichrome and Canthal and how they come out on the resistances and how they vape. And I feel like I don't have that intuitive sense with stainless steel.
I started out with the Canthal, and once I found nichrome, I mean, the ramp up time, the resistance is just spot on for what I do.
Maybe the ramp up time of nichrome is what I like about it. I
Yeah,
haven't really thought about that, but maybe that's it. I usually think
yeah.
about resistance, but yeah,
The
that's
ramp up
interesting.
time is just instant. Like this right here is how instant that is.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it's
do it
just
again. Boom! Jesus, and look at those thick clouds, you freaking God, your coils. So I'm gonna get some of your coils into my vape.
when I send that that adapter, I'll send you a couple sets of different stuff.
Because that's amazing. And I just want to tell you viewers that I'm leaning on Ripcon here to donate some coils for a year giveaway next year. And so since we've known each other almost this whole time, I've been doing this. And so I think he might contribute a few coils there too. And we're going to give away like a couple of, did I tell you guys I have 2 Limitlesses to give away and a Kanger 200 watt pod and
You guys will definitely love the Limitless,
Crown.
especially if you like the Jenny styles.
Yeah. Oh, I got the Goon O-rings on here, and the Goon O-rings are still a little bit loose, but it doesn't fall off.
The guy I talked to said he put dental floss behind
Yeah,
it, and then you could try that too.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
may be able to find some thicker O-rings in some of your old stuff.
Yeah, good question. Either way, this is good. This is good enough to walk around with. It's actually not too. I can pick it up by the cap, so it's
I
good
would
enough.
use my avocado more if I did that myself.
Do you have the O-rings that came with your Goon?
Mm-hmm.
Put them on. That's what I just did. You'll be surprised. You can pick it up by the cap. I mean, it's not like tight like it was in the Goon, but it's not loose either. I also
got built in there too in the avocado.
move to your right a little bit. You weren't centered. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at those post holes on this thing. Can you believe what they like went crazy on the post? It's because they felt guilty, right? Because they made the deck holes small.
Yeah.
We have to give you trade-off.
This is a 24 gauge.
Oh my God.
Slapped in. It rips.
Oh, that's fantastic. Forgive me for saying "oh my God" over you. Badass Vapor says he'll throw in a Coil Master jig for the giveaway, so that's amazing. God, I love that guy so much. So,
Nice.
man, what a good guy. Thank you, sir. That's great. So that's good. I've got a commitment from you and from Badass Vapor, and I have these things over here that I've gotten. One of them is from cmcvapes.com, and the iJoys are just from me. Actually, the iJoys came from the donation money that Owen and Josh sent in, and so that's really cool. And Vape Mod sent that X-Tank 4.0. I bought the Kanger K-Box 200. I'm trying to get more stuff. I have a commitment from thecloudyvapor.com for a couple of items. I have a commitment from AZ Swag Sauce to sponsor a day of the giveaway. I have a commitment from Vango Vapes, and so it's getting there. I want to give away a lot because I haven't done tons of giveaways, and I love everybody who's tuned in, and we've had a really good year, and I've been really proud to help a lot of people quit smoking.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the content on your channel.
Thanks. I do too. And I find out that like we're live a lot of times in shops, places. Like I know that like in Florida we get played live, and there's a couple of shops here that occasionally. It's because we got stuck on some related channels, which is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Especially that you're live too.
Oh, and it looks like Blaine says he'll throw some stuff in too from Canada, and that's killer. So that's cool. Yeah, somebody Two Legs Shirt says that Florida seems to be the big vaping state, and I thought at first it was going to be California, but man,
That's what I was about to say. California seems to be where everything comes from, and the big manufacturers and
right. And it seems like a lot of the established stuff is there, but it looks like a lot of the ground level stuff is happening in Florida. There are so many vapors. There's like 27 vape stores within a few miles of Disneyland.
yeah, I wish there was vape stores closer to me, but I think it's VPX that's coming to Richmond.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That was the one that was in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Just now?
It's coming to Richmond, so I'll be going to that.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go.
You gotta
go. A couple hours away.
Yeah. And you probably have to you should take some baggies. Listen to me telling you what to do. Don't listen to me. But you should take some baggies and do some coils and get little mood cards and pass them out. Be like Ripcon.
Right. Yeah, I've had several local vape shops that they would sell my coils, but just finding time,
Yeah, if you don't want to make that into your life, Jesus. I mean, it takes a huge amount of time to make aliens and all that stuff. And it looks to me like, for you, it looks like to me like the passion is just sort of like making nice art coils and taking the pictures, not really trying to make a small business out of selling them, right?
Yeah, it's just for me and my friends, and I like you said, the art. I like, just to do it for myself and for the art.
And they're beautiful. How do you get all the colors in those things? I mean, I
Um,
kind of know, but I want everyone to hear this because it's like,
it's two ways you can do it. I usually start off on a really low wattage, like 20 watts, just to get all the hot spots out, and then turn it up to around 90 to 120, and give it a good pulse till it glows, and then the colors come out.
and it depends on what kind of metal you're using too, right? Like each,
Does yeah.
yeah. Like,
Stainless steel has the best colors you can get,
oh,
and
no
nitro.
wonder.
Yeah, stainless steel is beautiful.
Yeah, because I've seen some of those and I'm like, why does stainless steel look so
Yeah,
fancy?
it
Fancy
does.
brands.
But nichrome has some really good colors too.
Yeah. And of course, I would point out to all audience people that it's not, it's not any big thing. It's not worth debating that you sometimes, and this isn't true of your coils because all your coils are vapable, but there's certainly
Mm.
stuff out there that you obviously can't vape. Like I
Yes.
myself have looked at builds and said that's not even screwed down,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter. The point is, it looks
It's
cool,
art.
and
Yeah, it's
yeah,
art.
it's
Yeah, and it's
supposed to be art.
contributing to the vape community. So
Yeah, it's supposed to be art,
yeah,
and just exactly the same as anything would be exaggerated and crazy. It's supposed to be art, and I love it. I
yeah.
think
You
it's
get a lot
great.
of people that are like, the top cap doesn't even fit, and it's just like it's art, man.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, as
just
long as it looks like it's the illusion of
yeah.
inside the the walls, I'm
I've seen
okay.
some pretty bad ones.
Oh,
But
me too. I mean, I've
yeah,
seen some that you can tell if you rotated the camera up, you're looking at like a half a millimeter out. Like, come on,
yeah,
dude.
mash it all in there.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but it took a while when I first started building, learning how to build, and I got kind of frustrated the first couple weeks, but just kept going and trying and re-wicking, and
Yeah, exactly.
wicking's kind of an art too. I mean,
I think so too. I think wicking is where I'm stronger than building in my case.
right?
It's
I
because
mean,
of my fountain pen knowledge.
right? You can do a good build, but if it's not wicked right, properly, then you're not going to get a good vape, or
Nope, useless. That's exactly
vice
right.
versa. You can be a good wicker, but have hot spots, and you're just going to get burn hits. So
Yeah. And hotspots are a real thing too. Like my new thing these days is trying to do spaced builds most of the time if I can. If I'm not trying to make it all perfectly pretty, spaced builds are kind of easy.
yeah, I think we was talking about the notch cools last time we talked about how
Oh
bad
yeah.
they hotspot.
Yeah, that's what it was. Let's talk about
Yeah,
that. So some of y'all out there have had notch coils, and my experience with them obviously was real bad.
yeah, mine
And
too.
yeah, and he was pointing out something that I didn't really think about, and they have real bad hotspots. And I noticed that like you can press down the button on those things, and you'll see like one little jet come out of one
Yes,
spot on it. It's like what? And that's just
it will not go away.
right. And the leads turn red,
Nope.
so that's like energy being dissipated in the lead that should be transferring into the actual coil evenly. So there's some real like, I think that's probably a fabrication or production problem, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what it is, but I went through 10 of them and didn't get a solid vape. I mean, they all had different hot spots. They all wouldn't heat up evenly, so they were just hit and miss. Bad.
Yeah. And there's, I guess, a debate in the chat. Let me just settle the debate about the chat and vaping. Is that there is no chance that vaping is more harmful than smoking, and there's 100% chance, vaping is better than smoking by 1,000 times. So
Yes.
it isn't worth debating about that. What's worth debating about is how fast can you quit smoking, because every cigarette you smoke is killing you, and every time you vape, you're getting that time back because this is not killing you. Or if it is killing you, it's killing you 1,000 times slower. And I'll leave all the
Exactly.
math. I'll leave all the math to you to understand the scale of this. The scale is the difference between people dying of lung cancer by the hundreds of millions or not. That's the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's this isn't there's no reason to debate about if vaping is perfectly safe. That's not even a valid thing. Driving isn't perfectly safe. Neither is your toaster.
Yeah.
What the debate is, why are cigarettes unregulated and 1,000 times more dangerous than the next safest way to get nicotine?
That's right.
Why don't we just ask that question? Some humans need nicotine. We have to take that as a given. Why is the most common way to get it 1,000 times is so fucking deadly? It's deadly as hell. It's mass murder. It's like nuking America. I mean, we killed 280,000 people when we bombed Nagasaki all at once. At least we did it all at once. These cigarette companies have been killing people by the hundreds of millions for decades. So it's terrible. Terrible, baby. Oh my God, rant off. Did I just go crazy?
No,
Oh my.
you're good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
I just
understand.
sometimes I just go nuts and I don't even think about it.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry if I did that.
I hear it all the time too. So
Michaela says waking up isn't perfectly safe. That's true.
yeah, it's,
I broke my
yeah.
own foot recently in
This
my
guy
house.
says, yeah, notch coils is yeah.
Trash can topper. I love it. That's
It's so
exactly right.
true, man. They're terrible. Like I said, I went through 10 of them, and they were all different and non-consistent.
I kept one of them out of the 3 that I had just as a trophy for something I'll never touch again or whatever. And it's so
Yeah,
funny. The other ones are all black and crappy, and they
I
come
just
with
don't. I don't see how people like them. I don't.
no, when they come with that Rapunzel, that insane Rapunzel all over them. That's like, it's like a huge amount of wicking that just looks good on Instagram posts, but makes no sense.
The ones I bought were 3.5 millimeters, but every time, I mean, I burn because it's just one little spot that'll heat up, mostly on the legs, no matter what you do, because you cannot get them to burn evenly. Like they're
Yeah, they just can't. There it is.
terrible.
It's a great idea. I'll give them credit,
Yeah,
but they're trying to make those leads way to the leads and the soldering and all that isn't working.
yeah. It's
Isn't
way
working.
too thin of wire, and it's just I don't know. It's not even.
Yeah,
I had one that wouldn't even burn from the inside out. So
yeah. And also let's talk about alternative coils, right? 2016 alternative coils,
yeah,
and
notch coil is big gimmick. Yeah,
yeah, and we saw this starting last week. The other thing is gimmick or no ceramic coils.
I haven't vaped ceramic. I don't I don't understand it because it's just what like tungsten or something in the center
Well,
with
yeah, typically they are some kind of heating element inside of a
yeah
ceramic radiator type of situation, and in the case of the one I've got, it is a little base stuck up into like an actual cylinder made of ceramic that gets heated up, and I think from the top and bottom, I can't remember. But the verdict is out for me. The ones I've got, not great flavor, but I can't decide if it's the air or you know what I mean? It's hard to nail it
oh
down.
it's not bad though.
Well, it's no,
Because I know
it's
for
not
like a
bad.
month everybody was like, "Oh, ceramic," and then it just died down as
Well, I'm
quick as
not
it
gonna.
started.
Yeah, they're not. I'm not. I didn't for 1 minute ever think, "Wow," not for an instant.
Yeah,
But are they bad? Yeah, honest. I guess to be honest, probably a little. I mean, objectively, they have to be bad because they're not as good as other things.
right.
Um, but I'm not just like I can't. I'm looking. The reason why people think I look funny is I'm looking at my freaking desk for this ceramic coiled tank, and I just can't figure out which one I stuck it on last.
Yeah, this kind of seems I don't know gimmicky to
Here
me.
it is.
Like I have the Moradine RTA, which has
Uh
a
huh.
ceramic deck and ceramic top plate. I
Right.
would choose the Moonshot over that RTA any day.
Would you? Yeah. I tell you that I think I need to get a hold of the Griffin 25 Mini. Have you seen that? Just came out.
No,
Just came
that's
out,
not.
and it looks like a little moonshot. So you and I are going to be interested in that.
Yeah. I also want to try the Serpents, but
Yeah, I've heard the Mini's pretty good,
yeah, the Mini's what I want.
and I think the new Tornado that just came out, that little Tornado RDA, I'm interested in that, and the
Yeah,
Mage and the
that's
Tornado and the Moonshot. Like if
the
you just,
Mage. Yeah, the Mage looks awesome.
I think it's cool that Sigelli started a trend with the Moonshot,
I
and
agree. It's a pain to build on.
yeah.
But you know that it's a pain to
Yeah.
build on.
I think actually the avocado may have started that trend of like little tanks because the avocado is a fucking amazing vape for the size, and
Yes,
so
it's
so is
amazing.
and so is the Moonshot. And the Griffin 25 is actually a great vape. Like y'all all know, I didn't want to like it, but I did.
Yeah,
But in the end, a Griffin 25 Mini, oh yeah, that's right there with the Moonshot for me. Like I like little stuff that's amazing. You
right.
don't impress me with like the
Me too.
German. Yeah, the
I
German
don't
doesn't
like
impress
the
me.
big atomizers and stuff.
No,
I hate them.
yeah, not my thing.
Yeah,
It's not my bag, baby. Right.
even
Big
like
Atomizers, it's my bag by Juicy John.
the vape breed. I mean, it's a big box, but the Goon's actually a pretty small RDA height wise.
Oh, the Goon, yes, sir.
Yeah, like I mean, you see the dot mod there
Yep.
is taller than the Goon.
The Goon, they nailed it,
They
I
nailed
think,
it. Yeah,
because they were smart. They knew that it's really just slight, in my opinion, I think it's just slightly inferior to the Twisted Misses, and I mean just
yes.
slightly. The only reason is because of, well, I can't really articulate it. What is it? There's
I
like
have the authentic Twisted Messes there, and I
so
would definitely
amazing.
choose the Goon.
They're so close, but yeah, to me,
Yeah.
it's a little bit better than the Goon. But I think it's exciting that someone came out with a new RDA this year because everybody else took their tried and true formulas they innovated last year and just made a new one, which is
Yep.
fine. We got the Velocity 2, we got the Twisted Messes 2, and we got the Goon, which is an actually new thing. So that's cool.
The
Between
Petrie version 2,
yeah, the
which
Petri
these
V2.
two are always in my rotation, like always with me.
Nobody complains about the Petri, as far as I know.
There's no,
What's the con?
yeah,
Got to be
uh,
one, right?
maybe a slight whistle.
Okay. Yeah, maybe so.
It's not really like a whistle. It's just kind of loud.
Yeah, a little bit, because the Goon is really smoothly quiet. It's true.
I mean, it's smooth, but yeah, the way this
Yeah,
is done, it's kind of
not
oval
much.
shaped and it's kind of loud, but
That's not much
definitely
of a
by
con.
far one of my favorite atomizers. Easy to build on with that little Cyclops whole deck. I mean,
And the huge screw,
it's amazing, man.
flatheads. Mm.
If I would say if anybody's looking for a great flavor RDA, the thing's on point.
Um, Badass Vapor is saying that ceramic is supposed to be all about flavor, not clouds. And I must say
Yeah,
that
that's yeah.
if that's true, then this is a fail because it's definitely not great flavor on this tank. Two Lakeshore says keeps hearing that the Merlin was the best single coil tank.
Oh yeah, I don't
Is
know.
it? I wouldn't. I don't have a Merlin. I know the
Yeah.
avocado was good. The Griffin's good. Good question. I'm curious about that. Hmm.
I know this thing right here is not bad at all. It's the Morning by iCloud
Mm-hmm.
Sig, which who did the Fishbone
Oh
RDA, I
yeah,
think is what it's called.
yeah.
It's really neat. They have a mini version of it too. I wish I got the mini of it.
I'm vaping on the ceramic coil tank by Vape here just to remind myself while we talk.
But it's really weird because you can do the juice flow control, but it's with the airflow. You slide it up and down.
Oh, up and down, not
Yeah,
twisting.
yeah, it's up and down. It's weird, but it's cool. Cool.
Hmm. Hmm. That's
That's
interesting.
actually not a bad mod for the price.
What is it?
It's the Snow Leopard. I believe it's the same board it's in the Snow Wolf.
Oh,
Yeah, just little plastic battery. It doesn't feel like plastic though. It feels like a rubber.
how much do they cost? Are they cheap?
Yeah, they're like $35, 150 watts. They
Oh,
fire down to 0.05.
oh, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I hate my Decimus, but it's no, can't recommend it at all anymore. Because last year, it's like this thing is okay. If it fired down past 0.2, it'd be fine, but it won't. It's a series box with a chip that won't fire past 0.3 or 0.2. It's so bad. I think 0.3. It's so annoying. This is Badass Vapor. How long have I had this coil? It's maybe 5 days, 6 days, maybe something like that. And of course, it was all new when I got it. Let's see. I'm just looking for some juice to put in this. And what I did with this coil was I totally compared it to the Griffin and the avocados, and used the same juice in it. I just can't seem to squeeze any decent flavor out of it. But then again, there could be other reasons. It could be the airflow. It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole tank. And that's the other thing with ceramic coils, them being new, is that until somebody comes out with a ceramic coil for your favorite tank already, you won't really be able to compare apples to apples.
Yeah, exactly. I seen the one tank they had they call it a chip, ceramic chip or whatever. A smart
Yeah,
tank they come out with.
I was the most interested in that one because of the rebuildability and
Yeah.
just how it looked. But I heard that wasn't that hot, yeah?
I'm gonna tell you the price. Okay, when it came out, it was $120.
Oh,
It's called
please.
the
It's like
world's
haystack
first
price.
coolest tank.
I remember.
$120. Yeah, now you can get it for $50
Hmm.
just because it bombed so bad.
Yeah. They failed to deliver the flavor, they said.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's JD Vapor. JD Vapor is a fellow that runs Liquid Sky Liquid. And I want to remind
Oh,
everybody to go to the Liquid Sky Liquid giveaway. We're having a huge giveaway between now and the end of the month, next month. And it's going to be so fun. We're like, let me get the link for you guys. We're totally giving away 10 sample packs courtesy of those folks over at Liquid Sky e-Liquid, and they are so awesome. There we go. Click that and enter. And then, of course, that is linked on the Facebook page as well, and it's also in the description of this video. And that's so generous of him to do that. Liquid Sky is really good. Smacks is my favorite. Just a thing. It's cookies. I'm all out of Smacks.
Altus tank's what it's called.
Altus.
Yeah.
The Altus tank. I remember now. Yeah, I love the way that thing. I love the concept behind that thing, but I guess it just isn't. You know.
Yeah,
What do they need to do? They might need to just increase the surface area of that thing.
Well, you know, Fat Daddy Vapes had the ceramic coil for what, like over a year? When I first started vaping, I've seen they're called donuts, I think. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. I'm pretty sure they're ceramic donuts. You know what I'm talking about, Juicy?
Yeah. I just don't think they have the surface area.
Yeah, they don't. It's just like a little tiny round ring donut.
Yeah, because I don't think people realize how much actual surface area is on a piece of like Clapton wire. Alien Clapton.
Exactly.
It's a lot of exposed surface area if you measure it compared to just a little oval.
Yeah. Even 5 wraps, I mean, it's pretty wide.
Maybe someone will develop some kind of flexible ceramic wire that's notched or something, or scored or something. You know what I mean? Like, I can think of a few weird looking things, like a notch coil made of ceramic, or I see that their problem is the heating element, heating it evenly, and not causing the shit just to vaporize and break off. This needs some more technology.
Yeah, it might catch on, but I don't see it catching on, honestly.
I'm vaping on this ceramic coil from Vape Mod, and yeah, it's okay. It's just, I think that maybe I think they need to go back to the drawing board on this guy.
Did they give you a TCR with it, or is it?
It says metal. Well, no, it says. It's really confusing. It says ceramic tank on the package, and the coil itself is stamped with a thing that says SS316L. So I've got to ask them some questions on Skype.
Yeah, use the TCR for 316, I guess.
Yeah, and I did do that, but it was weird because at first it didn't work, and then after a while it will. And I've got it on like 530 degrees at about 45 watts temperature control, and it's still not great.
Yeah, like I have the DNA, which I mean is probably one of the superior temp devices out.
Right.
And I never use temp control. I've tried every metal, titanium, nickel, stainless. Not for me.
Yeah,
I choose power mode every day.
I don't enjoy them very much, but some of them I do. Like I really like temperature control with crown coils from the factory.
Yeah, I've never liked temp control.
Yeah, it has a little place, but I'm not a gigantic fan. If it were easier to build your own temperature control coils consistently out of Kanthal, like the people at Home Tech want to do.
Stainless, though. I mean, stainless is easiest, a little lower than nichrome.
That's the reason I don't love it, is that the resistance is so much lower. You had to put in a lot of wraps.
Yeah.
And like I like my 6 or 7 wrap fused Claptons, and out of stainless I'm just afraid they would be like, 0.08 instead of 0.28. Although it wouldn't be that great. It wouldn't be that huge. That thing stopped working here.
So you still got that cap on there?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, it's great. It stays on too. I wish it would work on my Limitless too. That'd be fun.
It's the Goon avocado.
Yeah. Yeah, avocado Goon.
Yeah. I think it looks sick, man.
And it vapes great.
Yeah.
And I tell you, if you have questions about the airflow on the avocado, put your freaking Goon cap on it and say goodbye to all that.
I'm going to do that when I get off work today. I'm going to come home and put my cap on there.
Yeah, because I've got the avocado all the way open now. Oh, my God.
I knew you'd like that, because I know you like the Goon and the avocado, so.
Too much vape.
It went on the Limitless, though.
Oh, my God.
The Limitless.
No, it wouldn't. It's got way too large a bowl or a cap.
Got stuck.
Did it get stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Were you, hating it?
I thought I was going to break the glass trying to get it off.
Oh, my God. That would suck.
Yeah.
That'd be awful. I got to go back down with the airflow. Jesus, this was out of control. Okay. Oops, I accidentally dialed in the single coil. I really like the Goon so much. It's a great RDA.
Guy says his next purchase is the Goon. Definitely the Goon is awesome,
So-
especially they have all the accessories now, like the colored barrels, the chuck
Yep.
cap.
Yep.
I mean,
Great RDA. Super easy to build on. You think if Velocity is easy to build on, it's just as easy. You're like, zinc.
and all the Kennedy drip tips fitted. I mean,
Yep. I've been using my DHD 510 on it, and but right now I've got my Kennedy drip tip, just my black one.
yeah, I have several Kennedy drip tips, like from Double Helix and stuff. I mean, they all fit perfect.
Dude, you really changed my life. Like, I seriously am carrying
I
around...
knew you would like it.
Yeah, I'm seriously carrying around the avocado with a Goon cap on now. I cannot freaking believe that this is even possible. Oh my god, that's good. It also adds a little height. It actually improves the vape a little.
I would say the airflow is a lot tighter and it's probably better flavor.
Yeah, it is.
The TM squared, they're talking about the TM squared. They have the black edition now, but I wish they had done black and gold.
Yeah.
Because you see everything I like's like the gold.
You do. You like that black and gold bling.
Yeah.
That's a cool style.
Yeah.
That's totally cool. I finally ordered, I had to scrimp and save and pinch my pennies, but I finally ordered a 2 replacement batteries for my DNA 200.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, my
I know he's talking about that.
Yeah, because it was on sale. They were on sale for $20 a piece.
Nice.
And so I just couldn't pass it up. Because that's the price. $20 is the price of just a raw new lipo on eBay with the cords cut to size you have to solder yourself into the old ones. So
yes.
What I'll get now is 2 new shells with new batteries in them, and I can always replace the other ones for $20 a pop later too, and I'll have 4 eventually.
Right.
Those lasted just under a year, and I find that acceptable, to be honest.
Yeah, I've had mine probably like 7 months, and it's slowly, dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we used to go to like 5%, now it's down to like 12.
Yeah, me too. People asked me right when I got it, I measured it, and I could fire right down to 4 or 5%.
Mm-hmm.
And now mine go to 30, dude.
Yeah, they die pretty quick. I mean,
yeah, mine go down to 30%, and they're like, nope. One of them goes to 60% because they're just so done.
I'm in Virginia, not from the UK.
He's in Virginia. Oh, and for those of you who are tuning in late, this is Vaping Dawn at Dusk. I'm Juicy Jones, and Luke was sick today, and so we had Ripcon on, and unfortunately Luke couldn't be with us, but he's passed out in his bed right now as we speak. Yeah, and it looks right here that the Cloudness RDTA with the Goon deck, someone made one that has kind of a goony looking deck. I want to look that up. Badass Vapor's telling us about that. Oh, and Rhonda says that a friend of hers sent her Twisted Messes, and that's great. Twisted Messes are great. I mean, for go-to RDAs, what have we talked about on this show? Honestly, the Petrie, the Goon,
the Goon, Twisted Messes. Yeah,
and the Velocity probably too. No one's mentioned that, but it's definitely worth mentioning. If you had to pick between 4 RDTAs or 4 RTAs, there you go. I keep talking wrong. I mean RDAs, obviously. And for those of you who are just beginning, any one of those 4 is an investment that you just can't go wrong with. It's something that'll be durable, that'll last a long time, that you can put a lot of builds in, that you can experiment with, that you can put little builds in or big ones. So
I've had my Twisted Messes for like 6 months, man, and it's still up to par like this first day I got it. So.
Yeah, pry it out of my cold, dead hands. Yeah. It's this thing, and I use it on everything. Sometimes I put real low builds on it and use it on my Rig V2. Sometimes I put real high builds on it and use it on my Noisy Cricket. Sometimes I put middle builds on it and regulate it. Like, I use this thing for people. Like, if you send me coils, I'm probably going to put it in the Overcast or the Twisted Messes, because those are my like kind of benchmarky RDAs. And now my Goon this year, to be honest.
Yeah, the Goon's amazing. Like, I mean, anything like this though that you get authentic is going to last a lot longer, and it's going to be, nicer. Which I own several clones. I had clone Twisted Messes before I had the real one, and you can definitely tell a difference.
Yeah, and I know you from having an authentic Goon. I know you can attest to the fact that it's just worth the money. I mean, it's just like.
Last.
Yeah, go on. I mean, that's what I was going to say too. You're going to say it's going to last.
It's going to last and last.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I know that's the same with most of these high-end ones. I mean, you can't know for something brand new. Like, I didn't know that the avocado was going to be so great. But now that we do, I know for sure. And the Limitless, I didn't know it was going to be so great. I looked at the Limitless honestly and thought it wasn't going to be so great because of the distance between the deck and where the liquid starts. And the truth is, the Limitless doesn't wick as well as the avocado because it is taller. It's a natural thing. It just, you have to tilt it more, or build your wicks longer, which makes it a little bit worse. It's just both solutions make it a little bit worse than the avocado. But we're splitting hairs here. I mean, the flavor is mind expanding on both of them. So
Right.
I'm looking at this Cloudness RDTA, and it looks exactly like a Goon deck.
Moonshot.
Yep, a Goon deck and a little Moonshot.
Oh.
And I'm glad you said Moonshot because you saw the deck, right? The rotating.
I did, yeah.
Yep, the spinny deck. So
Yeah.
there's going to be some angry people, right? And I'm sure that's what they were alluding to with Grim Green. Do you think the Moonshot needs a Goon deck?
The Moonshot deck is kind of a pain, but I
Mhm.
mean, for the size, you can't really sacrifice another deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I like about the Moonshot deck is that the posts are down, so you have to do
Yes.
that weird bend, but it
Yeah,
doesn't.
you have to use the weird bend. You know, you got to push it up, and then because the barrel and everything. But
But once you do, you have this deck that's like it's almost like a postless deck. It's like a
Yeah.
huge amount of space in there.
I mean, you
Like-
can just look down in the top and just see all your coils. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
That's the other thing. You look right down the barrel of the gun, you're like, oh, that looks rad. I mean, I love the Moonshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking down mine, and besides the flaw with the plastic ring on the top where it can eat because mine's permanently attached to my drip tip because it's
I pulled mine
mushroom.
off.
You did?
Yeah, see?
So you just stuff drip tips in the top?
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I need to get one that fits a little better. But justthetip.com actually sells custom Moonshot
Oh, caps?
that look just like the real ones.
Oh, very good. Great to know because I'm going to need a new one.
Justthetip.com, yeah. But they have all the acrylic ones that are just like that.
That's killer. I'm definitely going to need one. I'm sorry about the siren, y'all.
But you can stick a screwdriver in there and just catch the edge and pop it, and it'll pop right out.
Oh, they do pop out. My problem
Yeah.
is that the drip tip doesn't come out. Like, my problem is that because the clearance between the top of the metal, like you see the metal on yours,
Yeah.
and the bottom of the drip tip wasn't high enough, that my drip tip that was acrylic touched that metal and then mushroomed out and now will never come out of the plastic top. If I pull the drip tip out, it pulls the whole cap off every time. So that's why I need a new cap. That's the flaw, is they increase the size by like a tiny bit, because they don't know how long every drip tip is, right?
Yeah,
They have no idea.
my Half Moon Mod ones got stuck in there because the Half Moon Mods has 2 O-rings, and it went in them 2 grooves because there's 2 grooves in there. I almost didn't get it out.
Well, and then compound that, the one that's in here is stuck is a 2 O-ring one. Compound that with the
Yes.
fact that it mushroomed, and now it's permanent.
It's permanent, yeah.
But I'm really happy to hear that Just the Tip sells replacement caps because that's killer. That's what they need. Yeah, but you and I both are kind of like fanboys for the Moonshot. I like it. I'm thinking about looking at that Moonshot 24. It's
Yeah, I
out.
know. Yeah, it's out.
It is out, but I love 22 millimeter tanks. It's just something about. But imagine the size of the deck. The thing about the Moonshot that really impressed me was that if you open up the TFV4 or the Aromomizer or the Griffin, this little 22 millimeter atomizer has a deck bigger than all of them
Right.
by a couple of millimeters, 3
Yeah.
millimeters in the case of the Griffin. It's amazing, and they use the barrel as the wicking. Like the tolerances are that it has a groove where the air holes are, and then on the top there's a little like 5 millimeter section where that is so close to the glass that the liquid comes from the top and then falls down inside there, and it just works perfectly with the wicking method that they use.
It does.
It's really clever. Really clever. It's kind of like a Goblin Mini-ish kind of, except closer to the glass. So they use that as a way to slow it down. And it works perfectly in my case. Anyway, it's probably the only complimenting anyone's going to do of Sigelli this year, so they deserve it. Most of their stuff is crap.
Yeah, they've been in a lot of drama right now. So
Yeah, the new Sigelli 150, 213, 150.
155.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
And why are these people, why do they put theoretical maximums on their stuff? It's like, that's my same complaint with the Spartans mod. I was like, guys, don't write 300 on, it's exactly like selling us a car. This is
I
what I
would
said.
feel
in my review.
ashamed.
Yeah, they don't either.
I know.
And that's what I told everybody on the vape, on that Spartans review, is that don't, it's like selling someone a car that you say gets 100 miles per gallon but you can't buy that gas. But when you
Right.
can, it'll work. But for now, you get 30 miles per gallon like every other car.
Like, I would feel bad selling. Like, if I gave somebody a coil and I was like, this is going to last a year, and it lasted 2 days, I would feel terrible for that.
Yeah. Oh, Smoggy in the audience, hi Smoggy, by the way, says that he was looking at the Moonshot, but iJoy came out with the Tornado, and that's the reason I was looking at the Tornado too,
Yeah.
because I'm a
But
moon.
The Mage looks awesome too, so it's kind of
Yeah. I'd like to do a little 3-part comparison, all three of those, because they
that'd
look
be
so
awesome.
similar. And I give Sigeli a little tip of the hat for the fact that they influenced people. They made people look at smaller tanks, you know.
Right.
A lot of people hate the Moonshot because you got to fill it up a lot, but I don't care.
Yeah. It's easy to fill though. Like,
Yep.
it's super easy to fill. You can
Yep.
just let your juice right in the top. I mean,
Easier than the Griffin, in my opinion.
even with this big ass bottle, it just it goes right in.
Do you know that the Moonshot and the Griffin both, sometimes I just pour liquid in?
Yeah.
But the Griffin, it's tougher because it has those air receiver holes in the top that you can easily pour liquid in.
Right.
Josh says he's heard great things about the Maze too, so that's great.
Yeah.
And Mooch has Kevin points out that Mooch has new info about the Sigeli 213, some new testing, so I'm going to be checking that out after the show today.
It's definitely.
And speaking of after the show, it's been just about an hour. Let's wrap this up within the next 5 minutes or so, because I got to go some family stuff. Right, and you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So we may actually, I don't want to keep you from work at all, so because that's important. So let's take off. All of you guys in the audience know that we love you. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like these shows.
Yeah,
and
thank you for hospitality too.
I want to thank you, Rip.
Yeah,
for
and the
coming
chat.
on the show.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Thanks all of you guys for being so nice to Ripcon too. He's great. And I want to thank you for coming on too. So soon you'll come on Vape AM and we'll do some building junk.
Most definitely.
That's awesome. Let's do it. All right, well, let's vape out. I've got my avocado goon. And I'm vaping some good juice Letigia. All right, let's do this. I'm going to find my button. And I want to thank all you guys. Thanks so much. Let's vape out.
Thank you.
Kick cigarettes.